Peace, 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 peace. Osio, shalom, hotel, namaste, Allah for you. You hear me? Salam alaikum. How everybody doing out there? How is everybody doing on this beautiful Lionsgate Friday night, morning, evening, depending on your geographical location, Whether you want Pacific, Eastern, so forth, Western, so forth and so on. Yeah, how's everybody doing? I hope everybody feeling good for no reason at all. You hear me? On this beautiful night, morning, evening, afternoon. Once again, depending on where you at. I just came through to make my presence felt. Be a reminder, be an encouragement, be a motivation, be a voice, be a channel, amongst many other things, Encourage us to continue looking at life through the lens of our highest self, our highest possible perception, point of view, POV, through all the physical and external things that we find ourselves interfacing with, because it's life changing. You hear me? Yeah. Take our time. I want to remind us to take our time. I want to remind us to take our time on this journey, man. Take our time through these experiences. Take our time through these challenges. Take our time through the obstacles. Take our time through the shifts. Take our time. Ain't no rush. Ain't no competition. Outside yourself. Ain't no rush, and it ain't no competition outside ourselves, man. Take your time. Be patient with you. Be a little more kinder with yourself. Be a little bit more kinder with yourself. Gotta love you. Gotta love you through the dark times as well as the light. And you're gonna need all those qualities. Just like I needed all those qualities, to get me from where I was to where I am. You hear me? Take your time. It's a self-paced journey, It's a self-paced journey. It ain't no race. And since it ain't no race, ain't no need to wait for nobody to catch up. Ain't no need to wait for nobody to catch up. Not if you're here to catch yourself. And those who realize that they was only here to catch, they only came here, they only incarnated here to come here and catch themselves. They ain't waste their time waiting for nobody to catch up. Because they know that when those meant to get it, when they get it, they'll be there too, They'll be there too. Generations and generations and generations and generations up until our generation, know that it's been said that the temple of God is within. Is within. else we gonna look? So where else can we look for? What else can we look for outside ourselves to get to the temple of God if it's within ourselves? You hear me? You know, that's what this journey all about. That's what this journey that's what this journey is designed, you know, to get us to the highest level of understanding and integration with what that is, you know, through our life, through the way we live, you know, through knowing that, through walking that, through living that, through being that. Because it's not personal, it's vibrational, you know. It's not personal, it's vibrational, you know. And anything that we find ourselves, when we find ourselves able to be honest with ourselves, and when we're able to be honest with ourselves, anytime that we find ourselves standing in the way of something that's preventing us from moving forward along the way, you know, we got to stop and access that situation for what it is, that experience for what it is and what it's showing us, and more so access ourselves, analyze ourselves, put ourselves under the microscope, you know, from all angles possible, you know. And give oneself a clear assessment on how are we thinking, you know, and how what we thinking and dictating what we might be saying. What are we saying? And how what are we saying is a direct response of what we might be feeling. So how are we feeling? And how we feeling is a corresponding manifestation to, I'll say, to how we conducting ourselves. So how are you conducting yourself? And based on your ability to observe yourself in the confines of yourself by looking at yourself from outside yourself to observe yourself in the first place, you able to know what lens is it that you're choosing to see through. And if you could do all those things that I just said, and all the things that I just said, you know, to give your mind an illustration of what's being said, then you're able to determine what you got to do by what it's showing you. So what is it showing you? Your life. What is your life showing you right now? You get a pen and a pad and write down, you know, things that your life showing you right now. What would it be? And for some of y'all, that was instructions to go get a pen and a pad and write down. What is your life showing you? How are you standing in your own way? By what your life's showing you right now. How are you standing in your own way by how you're thinking right now? How are you standing in your own way by what you're saying right now? How are you standing in your own way by what you're feeling right now? How are you standing in the way by how you are conducting yourself right now? How are you standing in your own way by the lens that you choose to see through right now? And what is it showing you right now? See, it's not personal, it's vibrational. So where the system busters at? Because we can't hear the busted system, you hear me? We can't hear the busted system. And if I give you the game, you can't say you wasn't told, because you got caught in the highlights. See, and a lot of and we all know a lot of people. For those of us who are our spiritual journey, our spiritual life, you see, it's very important to us. You know, we know how it is to see people get caught in the highlights. You know, and I say that because it ain't the fact that people blind. You know, it ain't the fact that people blind. And I don't mean literally blind. You know, but it's the truth that we choose what we want to see. It ain't the fact that people blind. It's a matter of the truth that people choose what they want to see. So to give you an analogy, even though we'll see things based on who the attachment may be on the other side of that thing which we be seeing, no matter how good or how bad, you see, we'll choose what we want to see it at because of our attachment to that person, place, or thing. You know, so it's not the fact that people blind. It's the truth that we choose what we want to see. And with that, I'm gonna leave y'all with that. And I can't stay long. I just came to cook a little bit. You know, like I say, put some motivation, encouragement, inspiration. You know, and be a reminder. You know, by the things that I say. You know it, walk it, live it, be it. You hear me? Yeah. Encourage us to keep doing just that. If you know it, you gotta walk it. If you walk in it, that means you live in it. You see? And if you live in it, that means you be in it. Because if it ain't in you, ain't nothing that you could do to put it on. You hear me? Ain't nothing you could do to put it on. You know? And remember, exercise some joy in your life. You know? Ain't nothing like a peaceful life, man. You know? Before I even started recording, I just was sitting listening to the loud noise in silence. You hear everything in the silence. You hear me? For those who get it, y'all get it. But yeah, thanks for the likes, shares, comments. If you got questions, ask them. If you got something to say, drop it in the comment section. You know, it may encourage and uplift somebody else on their journey. You hear me? So forth and so on. I appreciate y'all. You hear me? So forth and so on. Till we do it again. Thanks for the donations. Happy birthday to the Leos. You know, the August Leos. You hear me? You know, yeah. Happy birthday to the Leos. And till we do it again, I'm known as Sawu. Be you how you be you. Peace and love, family. Cosmic conscious family and soul tribe. Stillness, abundant love, light, health, and wholeness to all that come across this message. You hear me? Peace.